It's Monday, December 5th, and this is your coffee break on the HAN Network. I'm Kate Czaplinski with the latest local news, including a dog rescued in Darien, an object left behind in Milford High School causing an evacuation, and much more. Frank Granito joins us later with a Nutmeg Sports update and a look at your forecast. And later on, Donald Lang will take a look back on this day in history. But first, Derby firefighters battled a serious blaze in a vacant building over the weekend. It was captured in photos shared on the Derby Volunteers Facebook page. Around 5 in the morning Sunday, the Derby Fire Department was dispatched to Main Street and Carolyn Street for a report of a structure fire. Upon arrival, firefighters found flames showing from every window of that building. Ansonia, Shelton, Seymour, and Orange were also called in for mutual aid during that fire. State and city fire marshals are investigating the cause. And Hearst, Connecticut media reports that a worker was killed and another injured Sunday afternoon after both fell from the roof of a 3-story home near the Campo Beach section of Westport. That accident occurred around 12:45 at a Norwalk Avenue home as workers were repairing a roof. One of the fall victims was found deceased on the scene, and the other victim was transported to Norwalk Hospital with life-threatening injuries. The identity of the victims was being withheld pending notification of their families. Foul play was not believed to be involved. Along with police, the town's fire department and Westport Emergency Medical Services responded to the scene, and the Occupational Safety and Health Administration is investigating that accident. In other news, 3 men are facing multiple gun charges after being arrested by Stratford police for their alleged attempted robbery of a deli. Police charged 39-year-old Deshaun Brown, 26-year-old Desmond Hunter, both of Bridgeport, and 22-year-old Devon Taylor of Stratford on Wednesday with first-degree conspiracy to commit robbery, carrying a firearm without a permit, as well as possession of weapons in a motor vehicle. Police said the men were involved in an attempted robbery of Checkers Deli on Barnum Avenue. After a short foot pursuit and subsequent motor vehicle stop, all 3 men were taken into custody. Police said that officers recovered a 9mm handgun from inside that car. A loaded magazine for the gun was located on Barnum Avenue near Noble Street, where the suspects had discarded it. And 2 furry friends in Darien had quite an adventure that led to the fire department needing to step in to make a rescue. The Darien Times reports that a peaceful Sunday morning turned to one of panic for 2 dog owners at Twin Bay Stables on Great Island in Darien. Kim Mulligan, who leases the barn and stalls at the stables, noticed that her Beagle Dachshund mix, Milo, was missing. She didn't like to let Milo out alone with his neighboring dog, Bear, who's a bull mastiff, whose owner also lives and works at the stables, because together the 2 had a tendency to run off and get into mischief. Well, the 2 dogs were together outside for about 5 minutes before they both disappeared. A tracker on Milo showed the dog might be on a neighboring island, which Mulligan said she knew was impossible. She walked a horse down to the water and saw Bear on the rocks and feared the worst for Milo. Instead, she did see Milo swimming and drifting with the current. Mulligan's husband was able to get Milo in, but Bear wouldn't come off of the rocks, so they called police. That's when Marine Officer Dan Ehrhardt arrived at the scene and determined that the fire department ought to be called due to the nature of that rescue. Chief Jim O'Brien and members from the Norotan Fire Department dispatched the fireboat and the new Sea Legs boat to help with the rescue due to the shallow water and hidden rock formations. The firemen were able to coax the dog onto the boat and bring him safely to shore. Bear was stuck on the rocks for about 2 hours. Mulligan believes the dogs must have been chasing something, likely a deer, as neither dog likes to swim. There's more on that story at DarienTimes.com. And in other news, Milford school officials say an object left inadvertently in a bathroom at Jonathan Law High School by a worker led to the state bomb squad being called and the school closing early on Friday. The school had since reopened and the object was deemed non-threatening. This happened at about 2:40 in the afternoon. A suspicious device was found in a bathroom at Jonathan Law. All students and staff were immediately evacuated to the football field. Milford Police and the Milford Fire Department arrived and began their investigation, according to school spokesman Kathy Benetti. Jonathan Law students were dismissed from the evacuation area around 1 in the afternoon, and school buses were sent to areas for students who normally take the bus home. No parent pickups were permitted in the area in front of the school. Jonathan Law Principal Fran Thompson said the object turned out to be some type of holistic healing device. But you can get more on that story at milfordmirror.com. And in Shelton, Pine Rock Park volunteer firefighters rescued a dog that got stuck in a heating vent. Check out some of these photos. Tiffany apparently got stuck in a heating duct, and after sealing removal, the dog was safely reunited with a happy owner. It's good news. In other news, Orange police officers Thursday responded to an animal that was struck by a vehicle on Old Tavern Road and were surprised to find that it was a bobcat. Unfortunately, the bobcat was killed on impact, but Orange police say residents are reminded that there are many species of wildlife in Orange and they need to be on the lookout. Those wild animals tend to be shy and avoid human contact, but predatory species may be harmful to small domestic pets. You can get more information on the Orange Police Facebook page. But let's throw it over to Frank Granito now for a look at the forecast. Frank, saw our first snow this morning.
We did see our first snow, and for parts of the county, though, that snow was quickly erased as there were showers throughout Fairfield County this morning, but those should pass by midday, and we can expect cloudy skies for most of the afternoon. A high of 48 degrees today and mild conditions heading into tonight's state semifinal football games. Cloudy overnight and temperatures dropping down into the mid-30s before Tuesday. Mostly cloudy again tomorrow with temperatures in the low to mid-40s. There is a chance for on and off periods of rain starting tomorrow evening. Those should carry through overnight. There'll be a low of 40 degrees overnight, and it looks like it will be a gloomy day again Wednesday, with showers expected again in the morning. Mild conditions, temperatures back up in the high 40s. Overcast Wednesday afternoon as the showers will start to dissipate, but it will be partly cloudy skies and then chilly with temperatures all the way down into the low 30s on Wednesday. So that drought is coming to an end, Kate. We seem to be getting plenty of rain now as we're in, I guess, winter.
Yeah, well, that's good news. All right, well, thanks so much, Frank. We're going to step out for a break, and when we come back, Donald Ng will take a look back on this day in history. Frank has an Up Sports Update, and we have more local news coming up after this.
At Hoyt Livery, our goal is to always... Sam, what are you doing? We're filming a commercial.
I'm checking out the new Hoyt on the Go app. Hoyt's here!
What makes Darien special during the holiday season? Locally owned shops and restaurants where you can find everything you need to make your holidays more enjoyable. Start with breakfast, then shop for everything from toys to unique gifts and the latest trends in fashion. Take a coffee break. Stop at our farmers market or one of our shops, where you'll find an amazing selection of cheeses and meats. Then enjoy dining at one of our fabulous restaurants. This holiday season, experience shopping and dining in Darien.
Hi, this is Leo Carl from Carl Chevrolet in New Canaan, and you've heard me talk about the Chevy Volt for years. The new model gets 53 miles on EV charge daily, plus 420-mile full range. But don't take my word for it. You need to come in and test drive the Volt yourself. Visit us at 261 Elm Street in New Canaan or online at carldirect.com.
Why cook it all this holiday? Avoid the stress of holiday planning and let your friends at Walter Stewart's in New Canaan do the heavy lifting. Whether you're looking to fill in with a few crowd-pleasing sides or you want us to prepare your whole feast, from cranberry sauce to pumpkin pie, we're ready to simplify your holiday. Place your order from our holiday menu and spend your holiday the right way, relaxing. Our fresh prepared holiday meals to go are designed with your busy schedule in mind. Visit us at stewartsmarket.com or at 229 Elm Street, New Canaan.
Have a sports injury or slip and fall that needs immediate care? Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care gives you direct access to an orthopedic specialist fast, without an appointment. Basketball, hockey, skiing, whatever the sports injury is, sprain or fracture, Coastal Ortho Express can help. Coastal Ortho Express Urgent Care, open Monday through Saturday, now in 2 locations. The iPark Building at 761 Main Avenue in Norwalk and 36 Old Kings Highway South in Darien. Or go to coastalorthoexpress.com, like them on Facebook.
On time, done right, safe and reliable. MrHandymanCT.com.
Let our satisfied customers tell it.
I have called Mr. Handyman for every reason, every occasion, every broken item, every leak. They have bailed me out on many occasions, and I would recommend them to anyone.
For any project, large or small.
MrHandymanCT.com.
Give the gift of fitness to someone you love this holiday season for only $1 a day. Halo Fitness in New Canaan is now offering 1 year of fitness for only $365. Halo Fitness is a state-of-the-art fitness center located at Halo Studios in the heart of New Canaan, with ample free parking and brand new locker rooms. Keep someone you love healthy with a gift of fitness this holiday season. Halo Fitness Holiday Special available for purchase during the month of December only.
We're back on this December 5th edition of Your Coffee Break on the HAN Network, and it's time to take a look back on this day in history with Donald Eng. Don.
Well, thanks, Kate. We're going to start off today in 1766. In London, the Pall Mall section actually, James Christie holds his first art sale. Christie's auction house today is a $7.5 billion company. Notable sales from the company include a collection of Leonardo da Vinci's writings sold to Bill Gates for $30 million in 1994, 20 of Sir Elton John's cars in 2001, and the little black dress worn by Audrey Hepburn in Breakfast at Tiffany's in 2006. 1945, actually, Flight 19 disappears in the Bermuda Triangle. The group of 5 Grumman Avenger planes and 14 men had taken off from Fort Lauderdale for a routine training flight and were never seen again. Overheard radio communications indicate that the flight's compasses had all stopped working and the planes had gotten lost. Now they had taken off and flown due east, and had they simply turned around and flown west, they would have eventually reached Florida. Despite being told to put the sun on his port side wing and fly northwest toward home, none of the pilots could determine which way to fly. A few hours later, a search plane was dispatched to look for the missing men, and that plane was never seen again. 6 planes, 27 men disappear in 2 separate incidents on the same day, the most well-known Bermuda Triangle disappearance in history. To 2006, Naval Commodore Frank Bainimarama overthrows the government of Fiji. Now, this is interesting to me on a couple of levels. First of all, I didn't know there was a Fijian Navy, but there is. It consists of 9 small boats and about 300 men. Also, the reason for the coup, Bainimarama was angry that suspects in an earlier coup attempt in 2000 were being pardoned. In the 10 years since seizing power, he's been something of a benevolent dictator, actually, eliminating ethnic requirements for holding office and instituting judicial reform. Finally, now we go to 1933.
Decisive vote of the 36th state against prohibition is happy news for the grain raisers of the United States and for many others throughout the land. With an eye on December 5th, work is being rushed in distilleries and bottling works. Thousands are being called back to work in plants of allied industries. At least 500,000 new jobs are predicted as the result of repeal. From keg and barrel factories, perhaps the most closely allied line, immediate benefits from repeal extend into almost every line of business and commerce. However, everyone's not waiting until December 15th. The lid is off in many places, with the downfall of prohibition being celebrated in real old...
Somewhere Eliot Ness had a drink. The 21st Amendment to the Constitution ratified on this day in 1933, the only amendment that eliminated an earlier amendment as it repealed the 18th Amendment, which had banned the sale of alcohol. Ironically, ratification required approval from 36 of the 48 states, and the 36th state to ratify it was Utah, which is by far the teetotalingest state in the Union then and now. That is your look back in history for today, December 5th. I'm Donald Eng.
All right, thanks so much, Don. Well, back to local news. The Ridgefield Fire Department responded to a chair fire at Ridgefield Crossings around 9 in the morning on Sunday. Fire Chief Kevin Tappy said that an elderly woman who lives in the facility was heating a towel in the microwave and it ignited. Chief Tappy said that the woman grabbed the towel out of the microwave and then tossed it across the room. It landed by a chair with clothing on it and started the chair and clothes on fire. The facility's manager used a fire extinguisher to put out the flames, and the building's sprinkler system finished the job. But let's throw it back over to Frank Granito now for a Nutmeg Sports Update. Frank.
Thank you, Kate. Not a lot going on this weekend, but the HAN Network will be live tonight in Shelton for the Class Double L semifinal between number 7 Ridgefield and number 6 Shelton. Kickoff is set for 6:30, and our pregame coverage will begin at 6 o'clock. In the other Class Double L semifinal, you have number 1 Darien hosting number 4 Southington in a rematch of last year's semis. In another rematch of a 2015 semifinal, number 2 New Canaan will host number 6 Notre Dame of West Haven in Class L. And on the other side of that bracket, you have Middletown traveling up to Windsor. In Class M, it'll be St. Joseph on the road against top seed Valley Old Lyme, with the winner playing against either Hill House or Killingly in Saturday's championship game. And finally, in Class S, Ansonia will host Cromwell Portland. In the top of the bracket, number 8 Seymour looks to continue its Cinderella run when they head to Rocky Hill. And of course, don't forget that tomorrow the HAN Network Winter Sports Tour begins. We'll be at Trinity Catholic and Greenwich on our first day, meeting with captains to preview the winter seasons for all 17 of the FCX schools. That's going to do it for this Nutmeg Sports Update. Let's throw it back over to Kate.
Thanks so much, Frank. Well, in some tragic news being reported by Hearst, Connecticut media, a 2005 graduate of Staples High School is likely among the 36 people killed in an Oakland warehouse fire, according to family members. Hearst, Connecticut media reports that Bruce Fitz of Newtown Turnpike in Westport said that he will be flying to Oakland today to identify the body of his child. He said, "I received a phone call last night from the coroner's office, and I provided information to them that would help identify Riley." Justin Riley Fitz, who was 29 years old, was best known around Westport as Justin and as Riley to his family. The musician had self-identified as a woman and used the name Farrell Pines. Fitz graduated from the School of Visual Arts in Manhattan back in 2010 and lived in several places before moving to Oakland recently. And in other news, the Fairfield Police Department is collecting new unwrapped toys that will be donated to several local organizations, including the Bridgeport Hospital Save the Children Foundation and the Newtown Kindness Foundation. Drop-off locations for that drive include the police department, all Fairfield public schools except Ward High School, the Fairfield Recreation Center and Probate Court, as well as the town clerk's office and Fairfield University. Donations will be accepted until December 21st. You can also join the Fairfield Police for a special Fill the Cruiser event on Saturday, December 10th from 9 in the morning to 4 p.m. Santa will be there between 1 and 3 in the parking lot of Hobbytown on the Post Road. You can get more information at the Fairfield Police Facebook page. We're going to step out for a break, and when we come back, we're going to recap some of the top stories we're following today on your coffee break after this.
This is now 44 years I've been in this business. Digital came along. After I was in business for about 6 years, I had to totally reinvent the business. So I had to make a tremendous investment in my business. And Milford Bank was there for me. I don't really just consider Milford Bank a bank. I consider them a trusted partner in my business. My name is Jim Wilson, owner of Milford Photo. I choose to bank with Milford Bank.
Are you ready for winter? Ski and Sport has everything you need to be fully outfitted for the season. A family-owned and operated business with over 40 years of experience, Ski and Sport's 3 convenient locations in Fairfield County offer top-quality, high-fashion ski and winter wear. In addition to clothing for men, women, and children, we also offer seasonal rentals for the entire family. Stop by our stores on 1 Ethan Allen Highway in Ridgefield, 877 Post Road East in Westport, and at 110 Main Street in New Canaan, or visit us at skiandsport.net.
Manfredi New Canaan is a dream come true for locals Kim and Roberto. Their Elm Street store features Rolex, Hermes, and design jewelry collections from everyday classic gold to diamond jewelry. Manfredi offers a range of services from simple jewelry and watch repair to elegant jewelry design. Let Manfredi New Canaan help you find the perfect gift to celebrate important life moments. Visit us at 72 Elm Street, New Canaan, or online at manfredijewels.com.
I'm Frank Granito.
And I'm Donald Ng for the HAN Network.
Tune in to Nutmeg Sports Monday through Thursday, where we bring you all the top stories from Connecticut sports.
From highlights to player interviews and expert analysis, no one gets you closer to Connecticut's games than Nutmeg Sports.
Nutmeg Sports, now Monday through Thursday at 2 p.m. on the HAN Network.
When it comes to local entertainment, we've got it all.
From movies, local artists, etiquette, and more.
Watch HAN Arts and Leisure with me, Steve Coulter, and our Arts and Leisure editor, Sally Sanders, Mondays at 12:30. right here on the HAN Network.
We're back on this Monday edition of your Coffee Break on the HAN Network, recapping some of the top stories we're following today, including that Derby firefighters battled a serious blaze in a vacant building over the weekend. It was captured in photos shared on the Derby Volunteers Facebook page. Around 5 in the morning Sunday, the Derby Fire Department was dispatched to Main Street and Carolyn Street for the report of a structure fire. Upon arrival, firefighters found flames showing from every window of that building. Ansonia, Shelton, Seymour, and Orange fire departments were also called in for mutual aid. State and city fire marshals are investigating the cause of that blaze. And Hearst, Connecticut media reports that a worker was killed and another was injured Sunday afternoon after both fell from the roof of a 3-story home near a Campo Beach section of Westport. The accident occurred around 12:45 at a Norwalk Avenue home as workers were repairing a roof. One of the fall victims was found deceased on scene, and the other victim was transported to Norwalk Hospital with life-threatening injuries. The identity of both victims is being withheld pending notification of their families. Foul play was not believed to be involved. Along with the police, the town's fire department and Westport Emergency Medical Services responded to the scene, and OSHA is currently investigating that accident. And 3 men are facing multiple gun charges after being arrested by Stratford police for their alleged attempted robbery of a deli. Police charged 39-year-old Deshaun Brown, 26-year-old Desmond Hunter, both of Bridgeport, and 22-year-old Devon Taylor of Stratford last Wednesday with first-degree conspiracy to commit robbery, along with carrying a firearm and possession of weapons in a motor vehicle. Police said the men were involved in an attempted robbery of Checkers Deli on Barnum Avenue. After a short foot pursuit and subsequent motor vehicle stop, all 3 men were taken into custody. Police said officers recovered a 9mm handgun from inside the car, and a loaded magazine for the gun was found on Barnum Avenue near Noble Street, where the suspects had discarded it. And 2 furry friends in Darien had quite an adventure that led to the fire department needing to step in to make a rescue. The Darien Times reports that a peaceful Sunday morning turned to one of panic for 2 dog owners at Twin Bay Stables on Great Island in Darien. Kim Mulligan, who leases the barn and stalls at the stables, noticed that her Beagle Dachshund mix named Milo was missing. She didn't like to let Milo out alone with his neighboring dog Bear, who's a bull mastiff and whose owner also lives and works at the stables, because together the 2 dogs had a tendency to run off and get into mischief. Well, those 2 dogs were together outside for 5 minutes before they disappeared, Mulligan said. A tracker on Milo showed the dog might be on a neighboring island, which Mulligan said she knew was impossible. She walked a horse down to the water and saw Bear on the rocks and feared the worst for Milo. Instead, however, they found Milo was swimming and drifting with the current in the water. Mulligan's husband was able to get Milo in, but Bear would not come off the rocks, so they called the police. Marine Officer Dan Arrett arrived at the scene and determined that the fire department needed to be called due to the nature of that rescue. Chief Jim O'Brien and members from the Norotan Fire Department dispatched the fireboat and the new Sea Legs boat to help with the rescue due to the shallow water and hidden rock formations. The firemen were able to coax the dog onto the boat and bring him safely to shore. Bear was stuck on the rocks for about 2 hours. Mulligan believes the dogs must have been chasing something, likely a deer, as neither of them usually likes to swim. And Milford school officials say an object left inadvertently in a bathroom at Jonathan Law High School by a worker led to the state bomb squad being called and the school closing early on Friday. The school has since been reopened and the object was deemed non-threatening. But this happened around 12:40 in the afternoon when a suspicious device was found in a bathroom at Jonathan Law. All students and staff were immediately evacuated to the football field, and Milford Police and Fire Department arrived and began their investigation. Jonathan Law students were dismissed from the evacuation area around 1 in the afternoon, and school buses were sent to the area for students who normally take the bus home. No parents were allowed to pick up near the school. Jonathan Law Principal Fran Thompson said the object turned out to be some type of holistic healing device that was left there accidentally, but you can get more details at milfordmirror.com. And in Shelton, Pine Rock Park volunteer firefighters rescued a dog that got stuck in a heating duct. Check out some of these photos. Tiffany, the dog, got stuck in that duct, and after sealing removal, the dog was safely reunited with a happy owner. And finally, today, the community of Black Rock is getting into the holiday spirit.
2,
1. Let's go.
Hope was the message at the Norden Club in Black Rock when the lighting of a 50-foot tall Christmas tree raised funds for the Black Rock Food Pantry. The tree for the 4th annual Hope on the Harbor was donated by PPG Properties, who removed it from a site on North Benson Road in Fairfield. Check out this video by John Kovach.
Perfect tree. It's perfect all the way around. Yeah, we estimate it's close. It's in between the 40 and 50 range, give or take on some numbers there. But it's gorgeous there, and I can't wait to see it lit up.
Ornaments sold at the Friday night event also raised money for the food pantry, and you can see more video at thebridgeportnews.com or fairfield-sun.com. Thanks again to John Kovach for that video. Let's throw it back over to Frank Granito for one final look at the forecast. Frank.
Thank you again, Kate. We saw our first snow last night, but it's looking like clouds and rain now for the next few days. Showers this morning have moved on. We're looking at mostly cloudy skies in the afternoon with a high of 48 degrees. Mild conditions as we get ready for state football semifinals taking place tonight. Cloudy overnight and temperatures down into the mid-30s. Mostly cloudy again tomorrow, temperatures in the low 40s. There is a chance for on and off rain later on in the evening, could carry overnight before another gloomy morning on Wednesday. Showers are expected again on Wednesday with mild conditions and temperatures back in the high 40s. Overcast in the afternoon as showers will start to dissipate, and then chilly with temperatures all the way down into the low 30s on Wednesday night.
All right, I'll take it. It feels like Christmas. I like it. All right, we are going to wrap things up here on your coffee break. HAN Arts and Leisure coming at you at 12:30 with filmmaker Victoria Negri, so be sure to check that out. We also have a special Nutmeg Sports at 2 o'clock, sorry, regular time at 2 o'clock, and then we do have a pre-show for tonight's game starting at 6. Okay, great. All right, we're going to wrap things up here. We will see you tomorrow for your coffee break at 11. No. Oh, we'll be on the tour. Oh my gosh, it's Monday, people, all right? We will be on the winter tour, but we'll still be bringing you news updates, so be sure to check those out.